Start clapping, start whooping and cheering, stamp your feet. We can't hear it, but it makes me happy. And welcome to your screens, the wonderful Suchandrika Chakrabarti.
Hi everyone, hello. I've been locked down in London, apparently in a library. So yeah, no, I've worked out Zoom backgrounds. I've used my year well, and I hope you have too. I'll tell you what though, some of my friends have been using their lockdown possibly too well, because a couple of them have had babies, right? And I get it, like you get sick of seeing your partner's face all the time. You think, let's create a person, legally introduce a new face into this whole household support bubble situation and just see how that goes. That probably explains it all about Boris Johnson, actually. But anyway, so my friends who become mums, I still think they get the raw end of the deal with parenting though, because you can't outrun biology no matter what. Like, it's just pregnancy, childbirth, breastfeeding, like bam, 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 all in a row. And you have to be pretty much sober through all of it. Like, I don't know if I'm fully up to the job of being a mum. So I've made a decision. If I'm gonna have kids, I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad. Just because I feel like the bar is low when it comes to fatherhood. I mean, yeah, I know, like the moment a dad has a daughter, he has to announce to everyone, I think it's a legal thing, but he is a feminist because he's a father of daughters. But I've had to be a feminist my entire life, and also like an intersectional one because melanin, and nobody has thanked me for it. I've got 0 points. So it's just been a lot of work, a lot of work. And dads never get told, when are you losing the baby weight? Why aren't you wearing Spanx? They'd be called Danks, which is actually quite a good name. Forget I said that, okay. Anyway, historically, dads have had it easier than mums. But something happened over lockdown that I think is gonna kind of change the game a little bit. So it seems like no matter how good a dad you are in life, you might have to keep dadding after your life ends. Seriously, yeah. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? You know, yeah. I'm talking about Kim Kardashian's hologram dad who is dead. Yeah. Kim Kardashian, what happened? Who is she? Right. She's a woman who's famous, we don't know why. But she turned 40 in October 2020. How did she celebrate, you ask me? She took all of her sisters, about 400 people, went to a private island in a global pandemic when you shouldn't be traveling, and pissed off everyone on social media, and they yelled. And while that was happening, I think that's how they celebrate, her husband, Kanye West, also famous for music, he turned to her and said, "My darling, here's my present to you. It's a hologram of your late father, Robert Kardashian." Now, who is Robert Kardashian? I hear you, I can't hear anything, but I'm sure you're asking that on Twitch. He is, number one, a man who died aged 59 in 2003. Number two, he's the father of Kim, Courtney, and there are reports of a third one, but no one knows her name. He dated Priscilla Presley in the mid-70s, right after she divorced Elvis, so he was a player. And four, this one is for legal history nerds out there, he was a lawyer, he was on the defense team for O.J. Simpson in the 90s for that big trial, he kept the guy out of jail, so he was good at his job, and that's what he did when he was not dadding. So Robert Kardashian, hologram, stands up in front of Kim and says, "Kim, it's a really nice moment actually. I'm really, I'm really proud of what you've done with your family and with your life." And he obviously hasn't seen all of it. And then he says something quite weird. He says, "Kim, you married the most genius man in the world, Kanye West." And you're like, oh, she knows that. Why is he telling her that? She knows that. And then I realized that between them, Kanye and the hologram of Robert Kardashian have changed the game for dads. They've raised the bar sky high, because now it's not good enough to be a dad in real life and to be good at it. After you die, you've got to learn to resurrect yourself and then immediately learn something to admire about your son-in-law to tell your daughter on your 40th. Whew, I mean, I'm out of breath just talking about it. So it seems like being a dad, the bar's gone too high. I'm not sure I can manage it. I mean, at this point, the best I can do, set up a line of danks and see if that sells, because some dads need it. Oh, and another twist in the tail. Kim and Kanye are getting divorced. So who's legally going to own the hologram of the late Robert Kardashian? I don't want to get involved in all this dad stuff. I think it might be motherhood for me. Is there a third option? I don't know. But anyway, I'm nearing the end of my time. So I just want to say to everyone who I cannot hear out on Twitch, technology is amazing. And you've been the most 10 most brilliant audience ever. Thank you very much.
Suchandrika Chakrabarti. Mate, I hear you. I'm quite into the idea of being a dad as well, because I think it's a good deal, because my dad was largely absent. So, 0 hours contract. I'm into it. All he had to do at best was be an unpaid Uber driver, show up every now and then, take me to McDonald's, and he was a legend. So, we can all aspire to be a part-time dad. I enjoyed that.